It is my pleasure to gather with you all here today to celebrate 15 years of Immigrants Rising. As a mental health coordinator, it has been my honor to witness the life-affirming power of spaces that uplift and promote our collective and individual healing. In doing this work, it has been important for me to be honest with myself and to follow my intuition as I commit to building genuine relationships with those around me. Not only in my professional life, but also in my personal life. But this didn't always come easily to me. A couple of years ago, I had a difficult falling out with a close friend who I cared for deeply. At the time, we were not only friends, but coworkers. And I had committed to figuring out details for a work event we were planning. But when someone in my family was deported, the reality of the moment and the weight of my duty as the eldest child in my family felt too heavy to bear. I was frozen and unable to communicate that I no longer had capacity to take on the work. I struggled to be open and vulnerable, much less allow anyone to shoulder the burden with me. I closed myself off, hiding what I was going through from my friend and the world. Unfortunately, all the work that I stepped back from fell on my friend because I failed to communicate about my capacity. When the dust cleared, it was hard to accept that this failure meant that I had lost someone I loved. In truth, both of us needed to work on our communication, and our hurt clouded how honest we were ever able to be with one another. Although this friend never spoke to me again, I spent the following years learning to nurture not only myself, but the friendships that remained. These friendships, each different and special in their own way, reciprocated the energy and time I poured into them. They taught me long after the fact that making mistakes is part of the human experience, and that accountability is a choice and commitment I can always return to. I learned that, as Bell Hooks says, in love, we have to tell the truth to ourselves and to others, because it is impossible to nurture one's own or another spiritual growth when the core of one's being is clouded in secrecy and lies. I think this is especially true in my undocumented and queer communities, where secrecy and lies are often normalized for our protection and survival. In my work creating safe online spaces for undocumented folks to gather and heal, I try to be guided by my values. Values like choosing to listen, to be intentional with my words, and above all, honoring what feels right in my gut. My professional commitments do not differ from my daily goals to genuinely connect with and honor people beyond institutional barriers. As someone who identifies as both undocumented and non-binary, I recognize that renewing my commitment to truth-telling is important in order to feel free and, in turn, encourage others to be as well. Growing up, I did not always have the language to verbalize what I was experiencing. All I can remember is knowing in my bones the fierce love and desire I had to care for and protect my younger sister and myself from any harm. What I did do was learn to quickly adapt to circumstances that were beyond my control, like having to move in with my grandparents when my mom left Mexico to work in the US, and again, when my mom got sick and we thought she may have cancer. I found that when things got tough, I could quickly identify my priorities, which were often to protect myself and those around me at any cost. As I reflect on younger Dani, I can't help but feel incredibly proud of little me. Knowingly and unknowingly, I have done my best to honor my desires for care and protection by committing to work that uplifts and asserts my own agency and the agency of my migrant community to live with dignity beyond our immigration status. Learning to honor my younger self means consciously accepting that I alone cannot always be expected to hold the answers to the challenges I face, and that I alone cannot possibly fix it all. Thank you. Today, I honor younger Dani by recognizing that in my ability to adapt to different sets of circumstances, I have made it possible for myself to be here. I have made it possible to commit to listening to myself intently and verbalizing when I need support. Today, I call upon each and every one of you to honor your younger selves by choosing to listen to that inner voice within you, that desire to be nurtured and affirmed. How can we create spaces where we can make mistakes but still feel loved? Where can we hold ourselves accountable to our values? Where can we be guided by our gut feelings and choose to show up as our authentic selves? As we all know, this work takes a collective to make reality. The challenges we face may be daunting, but together we possess the wisdom, the creativity, and determination needed to overcome them. Creating the future we want to live in demands our unwavering courage. It demands our commitment to telling and hearing the truth. Thank you.